Hello, my name is Jean Béliveau, and it is the 26th of April 2026. And now I have this speech for you. It's about, I would like to share a personal reflection today with you. A way of understanding the world that has developed through my own experience, thoughts, and interpretation of reality. This is not about imposing truth or a truth. It is about expressing a vision. Yes, and expressing a vision. For a long time, human beings have tried to understand what goes beyond their own existence. Different traditions have created different ways of representing the divine. Some speak of one God, others speak of many gods, and others describe a universal force, an energy, or a fundamental principle. Faced with this diversity, we can see opposition, but we can also see another possibility. The idea of unity behind diversity. In my own reflection, I began to understand this idea in a more symbolic way. For me, the different figures of the divine are not necessarily separate. They can be understood as different expressions of a single underlying reality. Within this perspective, a figure like Zeus takes on a particular meaning, not only as a figure from Greek mythology, but as a symbol of power, order, and in my interpretation, a symbol of unity, a way of expressing that the forces of reality are not truly separate but interconnected. In this view, the multiplicity of divine forms can be understood as different expressions of one universal principle, a fundamental unity that runs through everything. Over time, this way of seeing the world has become, for me, a, a deep inner conviction, a way of understanding reality, a way of giving meaning to the diversity of traditions and ideas. In this perspective, I see this unity as central, as something that connects everything that exists. And it is in this sense that I can say, in a personal and symbolic way, that this vision represents, for me, my universal God, my only God. It is important to clarify that the nature of this statement. This is not a scientific claim. This is not a historical or institutional assertion. It is a personal and symbolic interpretation, a way of understanding and experiencing the world. In this experience, there are moments where this idea of unity can be felt very strongly, as if the boundary between oneself, others, and the world the world becomes less defined. In this context, certain words may appear, such as um, revelation or incarnation, but these words must be understood symbolically. They do not describe a literal transformation. They describe an inner experience, a way of feeling connected to this idea of unity, a form of a symbolic identification with this universal principle. This does not mean becoming a god in a literal sense. It means experiencing a deeper relationship with the idea of unity. This way of seeing things does not oppose other beliefs. It can coexist with them. Each tradition expresses in its own way a search for meaning, and each can understand on different levels, literal, symbolic, or philosophical. What I am proposing here is not to replace these visions. It is to offer a personal interpretation among many possible ones, an interpretation in which diversity is not a final separation, but a multiple expression of a deeper reality. And ultimately, what I take from this vision is simple. What matters is not division, but the search for unity. A unity that perceives, a unity that I perceive as universal, and that I express in my own language as my universal God, my only God. And thank you for tonight, and I wish you good night.